Alright y'all, here's how I did the carbon fiber paint job on my rod tube. So this was my first attempt at making a rod tube, and I was following someone else's instructions, but I want to provide you with the lessons learned and some tips, such as keeping it clean as possible between paintings. I mean, that's kind of a no-brainer, but hey, I left mine outside, it got dirty, and I needed to clean it off. So if you do have to clean it off, don't use paper towels like this idiot's doing right here, because that'll leave fuzzies all over the tube, and that gives it more texture, and then you won't get it to pop like you want it to, because you want that carbon fiber to pop. And so clean it off with something that'll get it nice and dry but won't leave fuzzies. Also, as I mentioned in the other videos, please paint it before you put the caps on. And before you do the shelf liner thing, you're going to need a shelf liner that's probably longer than your tube, because that'll give you a little bit to practice with and try to get the carbon fiber down. And you're going to need something that's definitely going to be wider than the width of your tube, or the circumference or diameter, or whatever smart word I'm looking for. Anyway, it's a shelf liner. You get it at Home Depot. Here's kind of a good look up close of what it looks like. It's got the little small squares. And when you put this on the rod tube, this is very important, guys. You need to secure it down, and it needs to be tight against the rod tube. I cannot stress that enough. It needs to be very tight. Either tape it down, wrap it, I don't know, but it needs to be tight. That's not what I did, and I didn't get as best results. So you're going to need gray gunmetal, plasti dip, and you're also going to need the glossifier. Now the glossifier is what's supposed to give it that pop that we're all looking for, that carbon fiber kind of shiny look. Mine kind of didn't turn out as glossy as I would have liked, but just in case, order multiple cans, because you might have to coat it on there a little bit. They might clog. Also, make sure you try to practice beforehand. Cut out a little small square and then practice this. I was rushing because I wanted to get it on the truck, and I'm sort of impatient like that. But hey, it's mine, and that's how I did it. So I'm no great painter by any means, but I really want to point out that I think the lighter squares look better than the darker squares. So stay tuned to the end of the video. I'm going to show how my rod tube really turned out, and you'll see kind of the difference between that. But definitely don't steady stream it hard into one area or anything like that. Just get a good couple passes on it, and then go down. So once you get kind of close and done to painting it with the gunmetal, and you decide to take the shelf liner off, be advised that you're only going to get one shot at that, or you're going to have to start over if you take that off too soon. So the final step is to apply the glossifier, and I really advise you to go and check out the channel called Dip Your Car, because the guy explains the ins and outs of applying the glossifier, and it'll really help you get that look that you're after. Okay guys, so here I'm doing a really close look up at the carbon fiber. Now I didn't get as much gloss as I would like. I mean, it kind of, depending on how the light hits it, will get sort of a gloss appeal to it. But because it seems to be a little bit more textured, so from the videos I watched, that tends to reflect a little bit less light than, say, a non-textured kind of surface. So, but also, I want you to kind of see the difference between some of the very light squares that come through, and then some of the darker squares that come through. So it's really important to have that shelf liner securely wrapped around that the tube, the PVC, and show some other parts here to where you have some darker squares, lighter squares. So it all depends on what you want and how you really want that to look. As you can see in this part right here, how the plasti dip is kind of coming off. I'll pick at it a little there for you, but you can see how. So you can definitely take it off. What I'll probably do is just spray some more plasti dip over that and go on. But here's also what I wanted to really show you too, how if you don't get that liner really tight around there, this is what's going to happen. You're going to get kind of areas to where you bleed through, and it's just not going to look as good. Now, I'm not a perfectionist. I really don't care. But, you know, you might be. So I want to give you the best information I can and provide you the best explanation of why I'm suggesting certain things. But they're from experience. And this is an area to where I didn't have it wrapped down as tightly as possible, as you see in the video. But you can see how it bled through and how it kind of gets, you know, doesn't look good. So if you want to avoid that and things like this, to where I got plastic dip on the cap itself, these are areas that I'm trying to avoid for you. Last but not least, I want to give you some other products that you might try or consider, especially ones that are more durable and might stand up, like the Rust-Oleum truck bed coating. And there's another one called Bed Armor. It also comes in a spray can, so, you know, check that out. And those might hold up a lot better than the plastic dips. So thanks for watching, guys, and I hope this helps.